This is the front runner load rail system. Comes in a box package sort of like this. We're going to be installing this on my 2006 Volkswagen Touareg. I did not get the crossbars from the factory, so I was looking for a sort of crossbar system, not a full roof rack, and came across this front rudder load rail system, and we'll see how it goes. We'll go ahead and pull this box apart. As you can tell, the contents are packaged pretty well. It's all shrink wrapped together. All the parts are together. Inside the packaging was the two rails. There's a wind deflector, end caps for the ends of the rails, and the roof rack feet. So these will fit into the channels on the top edge of the Touareg. I also ordered a few tie-down rings. These will hook directly into the rails as well, but I wanted to have something I could tie my stuff down to that I put on top of the rack. They're sold separately, but they came packaged all together. Each of them has this neat little card of who actually put the package together, which was kind of neat. So, Prudence, you did a really good job. The foot assembly came with 4 steel plates here, 2 of each size, a bag of nuts, bolts, and washers and stuff, and the directions for how to put the feet together. So this is what the foot looks like. You get a couple of bolts through a spring washer, regular washer, and a little steel foot. And then this goes into the channel and slides forward in the rail, and then you tighten it down. Installed. But there's one thing I wanted to note. So this little foot that goes in the rail here, it's not quite wide enough to just go in the rail and tighten down. If you get it too far to one side, you could almost pry it out. And so what it looks like is you make sure that these ridges are up with this rounded edge so that when you screw it in, it allows the foot to kind of turn. And so what you get is you get the foot in the rail, and then as you screw it, it turns, and then your foot is then kind of diagonally positioned within the rail, and then you can screw it down tight and it doesn't wiggle and it won't come loose. Not sure if that's a design feature specifically, and it looks like it's supposed to be because of the curved edge and the way that it's just designed, but you just want to make sure you're careful when you screw it in there that it's not too far to the edge, otherwise you won't be able to get it tight enough, or if you do cinch on it real hard, then it may pop out. So little tip there. Right. Roof rail construction, there were no directions specifically for the rail versus the it looks like the directions they gave me for the feet were for the actual roof rack, not for this rail. But I'm putting it together with this nut that they have in there, so it's on the bottom. So I put the racks on the same side as the nut. The directions, they show you got to put your screws in to the channel first, your bolts into the channel first, which there's no other way to do it. Put them in the channel first, move it down. I don't have them tightened down yet because I need to get it up on the car, unless they measure it, but I was just going to put it up there and get it close and then crank on it and make sure it's all nice and snug. Got my feet assembled to the rail. You'll want to try and get at least it loose together while it's off the car, because adding this little nut and washer on the end of this bolt while it's on the car can be kind of a pain. So I got my loose foot here with the feet on the rail on both ends, and now I'm ready to attach it to the car. Okay, so I got the bars installed with the little air diffuser. I think it goes on the top. The directions really weren't that specific with it, but it kind of made sense as far as how it was shaped. Put the end caps on. Everything's on there pretty tight. Back one here. Have my antenna off from the last time I had my kayaks out, so the antenna's not on, but you can see the back one's on here pretty good. Again, a note about the little feet in here. The back ones I used a screwdriver. I jammed a screwdriver in the one side to make sure that the feet were nice and crooked before I started cranking on it. So I got those in there nice and tight. Overall, it's a pretty sturdy kit. Let me take a step back here so you can kind of see what it looks like all together. Yeah, pretty good construction, and yeah, looks pretty good. Fits right into the factory rails. In addition to the load bar system, I also got a few of these rings. The rings go down into the slot here. It's just a little nut on the back side of it. And slide them over, and then to tighten them down, you just spin the top until they're nice and tight. And now I've got a nice spot that I can hook some straps to, keep some loads tight. I'm gonna try and tie a kayak up here in a minute and show kind of how everything would work with that. Here it looks with the load on top. Got my ring straps. This is a 13.5-foot kayak. Well, normally I'd put a tail one on here, but this is just for an example. There you go. It's a little driving test to see what it sounds like. I hear a little bit of howling, but it's not too bad. I'm doing about 65 at this point. So it's tolerable. So it's not bad at all. This has been a review of the Front Runner load bar system. We'll see how it goes for the next couple trips with my kayaks. Do another video here in a day or two when I get my kayak J-bars installed, and we'll see if I can get all 3 of them on the roof. Hey, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks.